Hi, I'm Stephanie, and I'm the museum educator at Capital Jewish Museum. Capital Jewish Museum is not open yet. We're about to start building the museum, and we're going to do the same thing together, only this museum is going to be all about you. Now, before we get started, you're going to want a few things. Some markers or pencils, maybe even a sharpener, crayons, whatever you like to draw with, and some paper. If you have a mirror, or a tablet or a phone that you can turn and look at yourself in, you want to grab that too. Go ahead and press pause while you get those, and I'll wait here, or keep watching and you can rewatch if you need to later. Remember to download the instruction pages and templates from the notes in the description of our website so that you can look at them as you're doing the project. Today, we're going to read a few more pages from Me Museum. Thank you to Compendium again for letting us use this book and share it with all of you. Me Museum gives us great examples about how we can make a museum that's all about ourselves. There are some really fun activities in here together that we're going to do together to help us create our own museums. Me Museum, a great big place full of awesome activities, exciting exhibits, and astonishing artwork, and it's all about you. Won't you step inside? Welcome to the gallery of very important people. Who are they? Well, they're all the people who make your life so great. All of your very favorites. Lucky for us, we can meet them right here. Just draw their faces in the frames and label each frame with a name so all your visitors will know who they're looking at. Wow, look at this. These aren't empty frames, they're already full. But they're all black and white. That's interesting. Welcome to the Gallery of Color. I wonder how it'll be colorful. So, color is a big part of any museum, especially this one. These drawings are waiting for you to decide what color they should be. Will one of them be different shades of blue, or all your favorite colors, or perhaps even colors that you don't usually use? Did you know that an artist named Picasso once spent years painting with many different shades of blue? And after that, he tried using lots of pink. Maybe we should do that in our self-portraits that we're going to make, or in our artwork. Maybe we should try using all one shade of color, a whole bunch of different shades of blue. Or maybe we should use colors we don't usually use. That could be very interesting. Here we are at the Imagination Gallery. Remember, your imagination is helping you think about all those different things. They can be surprising and creative. Let's see what they want us to do here. Here, you can look at the world in a new way. It's very creative. Even things you see every day can be so surprising if you look at them with your imagination. What does an object look like if you get really close to it? Or if you imagine it upside down or in a different color? What if you did something wonderful and strange, like put wheels on your sofa or wings on your soup spoon? These frames are for you to draw some art that will surprise your visitors. Go ahead, astonish us. Maybe we should draw something different. Maybe we should draw our house, but we should put wings on it. Or maybe we should draw ourselves, but instead of using freckles on our face, we should make sprinkles. Or instead of having ears, what if we just had headphones? That would definitely be surprising. And finally, no museum is complete without some portraits. And right here is one of the most famous portraits contained within the walls of the Me Museum. It's a self-portrait, which means you did it. And who's in the picture? Well, that's you too. It's clear that people are excited to get a look at this painting of you. I bet we can make our own self-portraits, and we can do some of those fun things with our imagination. We could make ourselves all blue or all yellow, different shades of green. Like I said, maybe we have sprinkles for freckles. Maybe instead of lips, it's a giant thing of your favorite food. Maybe it's a taco mouth. Or you have blueberries for eyes. It's up to you. It's your choice and your museum. We just saw a lot of artwork in museums. Not all museums have art, but many do. And this artwork can be drawings or paintings. Maybe in your museum you're going to put ones that you've made. Maybe photographs of you and your family, or even sculptures that you make from Legos or clay. I have a little bit of both in my house. Last week I shared some animal carvings. Now these are pieces of art, but I would put them in a display case, not in a frame. Even scrapbooks that we have in the museum are great examples for your museums too. My journal is a collection of travels. I put photos and I write notes in them, and it's similar to a scrapbook. But the scrapbooks that Capital Jewish Museum has are scrapbooks that some Jewish families in Washington, D.C. have made over the years that tell their family's stories. We can see from the photos of the families that they are celebrating and commemorating special moments. They're filled with photos that could be framed and displayed in a museum. I know I have photos and art in my house. And these are some photos that I've framed that are of special trips that I've taken with my family. But that's not the only art I have. I also have artworks that I purchased from other artists or that I worked on myself. Like these. These are colorful plants that I painted that remind me of being in the garden. I've recently started trying to grow plants indoors too, so I would definitely think about adding these pieces to a gallery in my museum. Does your family have photos that you display in your house? What about artwork? Did you make any of it? Is there something hanging on your fridge or the wall in your bedroom that maybe we want to put in a museum? We're going to fill our museums with creative and inspiring artworks by us and of us that tell a story about ourselves or our families and friends. One way we can do that is by creating a self-portrait. Self-portraits can be any form of art: photographs, drawings, paintings, sculptures, collages, anything else that you can think of. Today we're going to talk about self-portraits. So one way you can do this is by taking a photo of you in your house and use that. So I could just use a photo that I already have, and this is like putting a self-portrait in my museum. I could also take that same photo and I could take the photo out of the frame and I could trace it. And then I can draw other things or maybe change the colors and make it a little bit different and fun. Now, I could also use a mirror or my phone to help me draw a picture of myself. How I'm going to do that is I'm going to look at myself in the mirror or on my phone camera, and I'm going to draw some of the shapes that I see. So my head is an oval shape, so I draw that. And then I want to think about the other features on my face, like my eyes or my nose, my mouth, ears, hair, anything else that I want to draw, as well as things that are unique about you. Do you have freckles? Do you wear glasses? What about what you like to do? Are you always talking about places you want to see and telling stories? Are you reading a lot? Do you tell jokes? So maybe you like to laugh all the time. If that's the case, if you like to tell jokes and laugh, maybe even do silly dances, maybe you should draw yourself laughing. Or maybe, like I said, you like to read and tell stories and dream about going to other places or learning lots of new things. Maybe you should draw yourself being inquisitive with a thought bubble of all the things you're thinking of. Or even reading and holding a book. Maybe you're a dancer or a musician and you want to draw yourself having headphones and listening to music, or even dancing, playing a sport, doing an activity, all those things. Don't just stop at this one portrait. You can include your families or friends, draw yourself at different ages maybe, or maybe go outside. Do drawings of what you see, the trees, or even your house. You can make sculptures out of Play-Doh or Legos or clay. Those might go in display boxes instead of frames, but they would be great self-portraits. Perhaps you'll paint your whole family or even your pet, and you can add that to your museum. Okay, now our museums are really full of objects and artworks that tell the story and all about ourselves and probably include our families and friends too. So now it's time to put them all together and begin to invite people to see what you've built. So start thinking about how you want to arrange everything, because here's a hint of what we'll be doing next week. I want to see what's going on in your museums. So ask a grown-up to take a picture and share it with us, or email it to me, and we'll be ready to put it all together next week.